Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. So the topic of discussion today and the question that I want to talk about is what are the biggest lessons that you've learned from your love life, your marriage, your relationships, your dating life, your friendships, and with family members? What are the biggest lessons that you learned within either category? So for me, what I've learned in relationships, one of the most important things that I've learned is to not give a person full access to you. Especially if you just started a relationship and you're dealing with a person that may be struggling with something or whatever, and I just have a heart of gold. I always just want to see people win. And a lot of times that could be a gift, and a lot of times that could be a curse because the people that you give to will take advantage of you in the worst way, shape, or form. So I've had experiences where I was giving full access to myself to men financially. I was basically taking care of men, and it was a bad thing for me to do. It was a mistake on because I feel like I'm enabling my partner's behavior at the time, and it just wasn't cool. He has to get his own. He has to be the provider. He needs to be the person to provide for himself. We're grown adults. It's okay to want help or need help from someone, but for someone to take advantage of your kindness, that's just a whole nother thing. So that's one of the biggest things that I've learned, because I've noticed in a relationship, I have a pattern of taking care of men that don't have their foundation when they first begin a relationship. And I'm a single woman, so it's like, I like now, when it comes to me, that before I dive into dating or trying to find potential guys, I always want to know what their foundation is, because I have to have some type of standard as to what type of guy that I want to be with. And I have to have a guy that has his own. Like, for me, I have my own place. I have, I have my license. I don't have a car, but I have a job. I make money. I pay my own bills. No one pays anything for me. So I'm very independent. And I expect that from the guys that I date. If we're not on that certain type of level, then I honestly cannot deal with you as a partner, because you really have to work on yourself before getting getting with me. So that's just my view on that. Um, the second thing I say is to don't enable inconsistent behavior from a person. And I notice in my relationships, I ignore the red flags. I used to ignore the red flags when it comes to guys, and like it's just certain things that I knew it was a sign that they would take advantage of me, or they wouldn't. They're not going to be. They don't have my best interests at heart, or they're not going to be around for long. But I decided to stick around for the ride because I really like this person, and I really see. I only saw the good in that person, but I don't see what's in my face. What's what this guy, what this person is showing me, what my partner showed me, proved to me that it was like, no, it's not gonna work. But I was just holding on to dear life because I love so much, and I wanted something more with that person, but I wasn't happy. I was just holding on to something just because I had it and it felt good at the time to have something, then feel like I didn't have anything. So that's another thing that I learned. I just don't want to. Another thing that I learned is to not jump into something until I'm fully ready to be in something. Don't be in a relationship that you're not ready to be in. Don't be in a relationship because the person wants to build a relationship with you. You have to know within yourself to understand whether or not you're ready to be in a relationship with that person or not. Like, I notice now that I have a lot more healing to do from my past hurt in relationships with guys before I go into something else with another person. So I have to, guard my heart and get to know myself again, and really, I love myself now, but I want to love myself more, mastering me, being the best version of myself for my partner that I would want to spend the rest of my life with. Those things are very important to me. So that's another thing that I've learned. I've also learned that a relationship needs effort from both parties. A relationship that, like, if it doesn't have that balance where both people are caring for each other, doing things for each other, communicating with each other, being open with each other, having adult conversations, being honest with each other. If you don't have those things, your relationship is bound to fall. If you don't have consistency, if a person isn't consistent with you and you're the only one that's pushing for this relationship to stick together, then it will not work. I promise you it will not work. You will be overworking yourself. And you got to think about yourself and your happiness. What makes you happy, And it's true what they say. You have to be happy first before expecting others to add value to your life. You have to know for yourself that you deserve to be happy. So that's another lesson that I learned, throughout all the relationships that I've been through. I also learned to not overlook yourself. Do not forget about yourself because you're so into your partner. You're so into your partner that you forget about yourself. You forget about your health. You forget about your self-care. You forget about your well-being. Your life does not revolve around your partner. It should not be that way. Especially if he isn't especially if your partner isn't putting that effort into you like you're putting it into your partner, then it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And I definitely learned that throughout my love life, my relationships. That is something that's very important. Don't be in love with somebody, or don't, feel like you have to deal with all of a person and they BS in a relationship because you want somebody to be near you, And with situations like that, it is best to be to yourself. Those toxic relationships, those toxic situations that you keep yourself in, the only thing it does is it wears you out and it weighs you down. It puts so much weight over your shoulders that you don't need. And it's not even your issues, it's your partner's issues most times. So that's another thing that I've learned. What else did I forget? Oh, communication is very important. Like, communication is so important. The truth and honesty, that sets you free. For me, I respect a person more if they have an honest and truthful conversation with me about their feelings. If you're not happy in a relationship, you have to tell me. If you're not satisfied in a relationship, talk to me. What can I do to improve? Because I'm not going to be perfect. I'm not a mind reader, so I can't tell if you're unhappy or whatever. And it's okay to be, yes. And I'm not saying don't be attentive to your partner. Please pay attention to everything your partner does, because everything that your partner does is for a reason. So communication is very important. I think if a lot of people communicated with each other, it would avoid so many problems, like cheating. It just helps to just tell the truth. It helps to be honest with that person. If you really love them and cherish them and want to be with them like you say they do, like you say you do, you have to be honest with that person. How is that person supposed to know how you feel if you don't tell them? You gotta let them know. You have to express your feelings. You know, we're all adults at the end of the day. We're all human at the end of the day, and we all have feelings. We can't just sit here and act like everything is okay. We can't sit here and act like this is the type of relationship where we don't communicate. That should never be the case at all. I would want my significant other to feel comfortable talking to me in regards to what is going on in our relationship and how can we work on building our trust again, or building our love again, and how we can love on each other more, and how we can do better as a couple. You know, communication goes a long way if you really want a relationship to work. If you out here just to play games, then you're really wasting that person's time, and it's really sad. You know, that's not good. It's not healthy, and it's not fair on your partner. It's not fair to yourself either. You know, I wouldn't want you to be in a situation where you feel like you have to string people along or play games. There's no need to do that. There's no need to do that. Like, if this is something that you know that you're not ready for, don't be in it. Don't bring yourself into a relationship that you're not ready for. If you rather just be single, just be single. Just be single, live your best life, be honest with women, be honest with men. You never know what a person would take from you. You know, you would never know what a person would agree to, a woman or a man would agree to doing in regards to your relationship dynamic. And nobody can judge you. Nobody can tell you what you can and cannot do in regards to how you want your relationship to go. They can say what they want, but it's what you believe is right, what you believe is the best relationship situation for you to be in. That's what you should do, you know? Those are some of the things that I've learned throughout my love life, my dating life, and everything else. If you all have any other ideas or anything else that you would like to add, or if you disagree with anything that I said, or if you agreed with something that I said, let's create a dialogue. You know, let me know what you all think. Your opinion is valuable, it matters, and it's important to me. Yeah, so this is my fourth video, I believe, in regards to self-love, self-awareness, relationships, and everything. So yes, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, you know, tell other loved ones, tell co-workers, tell anybody. Please follow me on IG. My IG page is Miss Sugar Swag. So that's @ MSSUGASWAG. And please follow me on my Mastering Me channel. Subscribe, please. Follow, share, like, and everything. If you want to join the Facebook group that I have, that would be the Mastering Me brand. That's Mastering Me brand. It's a public group on Facebook. We already have 65 members, and I love and appreciate them for supporting me and everything. And yes, just follow me on this journey. And if you all would like to start that journey too, that's even better. Like, please do so. I really recommend it, because self-love, self-care is very important. And I don't want you all to miss out on that. The love for yourself is the greatest love of all. And from, you know, words from Whitney Houston. And yeah, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Know your worth. You know your self-worth. Love people, love yourself. And, you know, love yourself enough to know what you would condone and not condone in a relationship, you know, or a marriage, or your love life, or your dating life, or even your relationships with family and friends. Know your worth. Know your worth. Know who to spread your energy to. Know who to not spread your energy to. Know who to be around, and know who not to be around. Because you have to be careful with your heart and your energy and your mind and your body, because that is your temple. That is your temple. That is your foundation. That is where you start. You know, yeah. So I love you all, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.